This band. I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slap! We're back. Metal Horror Madness with two of the hardest in the scene. Some call them brats. Some call them sludge masters. Some call them grind bosses. I don't even know what that means. I just know it's my favorite song I've heard in the last 5 years. They are out there slaying it, destroying it, bringing it. Who tours more than this band? Who? Now you greasy grandpappy? Now your mom with a jank-ass meatloaf? We got Liz, we got Brenna, we got people that are melding together. We can talk about more of that later. From the unstoppable, the incredible Brat. Brat's here, everybody. If you don't know who Brat is, I will show up to your house. There's a lot that'll go. I can't say it legally. I don't want to say legally what'll happen, but I'll just show up to their house.
Yeah.
Man, what an intro. I feel like we got a lot to live up to now.
Yeah.
Hey, you two have lived up to it with every release, with every tour. I have had multiple people on this interview, podcast, whatever the kids call it nowadays, and they all go, I've got to see Brat live. And I'm like, you have to see Brat live. How have you not seen Brat live? It is Liz, how are you that comfortable on that stage doing backflips, growling, dancing to Britney Spears?
Just takes hundreds of shows, and then you get comfortable.
Yeah.
Hey, and you are in that zone. And Brat's one of those bands, which is not always the case, where you sound as good or better than the record. And the record's unbelievable. Social Grace is unbelievable. That could have been 2024's album of the year. I have played that thing so many times that my vinyl's probably worn out.
We'll send you another one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, please. I mean, we know I'm fan of the Millennium here. I'm a Brat for life.
I know.
I'm a Brat for life.
An honor.
I was thinking of getting the heart behind it. Like you have the heart. I think it's a single. Yeah, I was like, that would probably be pretty cool behind it.
Yeah, the halo, yeah.
Yeah.
The halo, yeah. That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm out of material. That's all I was going to talk about. And I was going to end it.
Thanks for having us.
It was great seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
I have to. So much has happened since you dropped that album. So many tours, boats, festivals, every which way. How does it? I mean, the band is, you definitely upped your level. How does this feel to be out there like that and to be known more and more and just be everywhere?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's like crazy. I don't think either of us ever thought we would be touring this much. But yeah, just really excited to keep moving forward. We're almost at like the 2-year anniversary of the album coming out. And so we're about to go record our next one shortly after our wedding, and
a couple weeks.
Yeah, so we're ready to get cranking on the next one too.
And then you'll have the anniversary of the album, of the wedding, and then the next album.
Yeah, exactly. Keep everything on the same day.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You can't forget it.
How does it feel? First of all, how has it been in a relationship in a band? Because I've seen bands just end everything over that multiple times. How do you guys balance being in a relationship as well as handling the business and all the fun and negativity that comes with touring?
Well, for us, we were together a couple years before we started the band. So we have always been a team in this. And I think it's just Brenner. Like, Brenner's just the most easygoing and wonderful person. And he just I don't know, he makes it easy, and he's very responsible and very much the planner and the operations for our tours. And yeah, I think it's just because he's just a really easygoing guy, and it's awesome. It's so cool that we get to do this together. And I think we're just so lucky, because most people go on tour for months at a time and don't get to see their partner, and we get to do this, experience this together, and not have to go through the pain of missing your person while you're on tour.
Yeah, it also works out that we get along really well. That also helps a lot, because it's funny to say, but not every couple does. It's very rare that we have any sort of argument or anything like that. So that helps a lot too.
Yeah. yeah, it's all Brenner, really. I give him the credit for that. But and like same with Dustin and Hennessy, like I don't know, we all love each other and we're all friends, and like they very much feel like brothers to me, but in the same sense of like family, when you like get annoyed with family and you bicker and shit. But Brenner and
Yeah.
I really never had that, which is really nice. But yeah, so it makes it super easy.
It is great. And like I said, I've seen bands that doesn't work with. And I've seen, like, I just talked to Sam from Frozen Soul, and that's something she hates when she's on tour, right? She doesn't get to see her
Right.
fiance. And
Yeah.
that's why you two are about to become heavy metal's power couple. We got a new
Yeah.
power couple here.
Hell yeah. I love that.
We've needed it. I'll be putting that in your comments all the time, annoying you guys. Don't worry, it'll be in your pictures. So,
Perfect.
you know what I
We
mean.
love it.
I know, and that's why I love you, you guys. I was so happy to get to talk to you guys again. Like I said, I talked before this a little bit. I've been going through a little bit of a rough, not even my usual rough patch, which is like me going, hey, I'm done drinking for a couple of months and then having 2 bottles of vodka and a 12-pack and then blaming everything else because it's not my fault. I'm the same.
Of course not.
Right.
That's never me. But just
No,
when I,
no.
it's never seeing you guys two like in person, and I see that bond. I really do. And like you said, all 4 of you, you see that family dynamic. And this is inspirational because I've always wanted, I'm like, these bands, they're in a relationship, they love each other, something goes on tour, and then they, it's over. And you guys have been able to just get through all that. And it's all Brenner, clearly, because we know Liz is a psychopath. I mean, I'm afraid
Yeah,
of
I would look. If it was anyone else, I would be bitching up a storm. And hey, we'd be fighting like cats and dogs. But Brenner's just too easy. How can you fight with him? He's
can't.
so chill.
Yeah.
He's so lovely.
The most
He's
chill
so
guy ever.
demure.
It's true.
And it's
Yeah.
good, and that's inspirational too, because it's like people sometimes I feel like they manifest that stuff to happen. Like they hear that's, the rock and roll lifestyle and we're all crazy, everyone's partying all the time, and the big fight happens and the big blowout. So it's actually really nice to see people say that doesn't have to be this way,
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, and I think that is like kind of a big, I guess, misconception maybe a lot of people have about touring, and like think of like this crazy rock star life partying all the time. But like touring for the most part can be like a real slog where it's just like day over day. You're not like partying every day. It's not like, it's
At least we're not.
or yeah, I guess some people do. But yeah, it can be just kind of a grind sometimes. So
Yeah, I mean, last year I think we toured for like 4.5 months out of the year. So it's like, whenever you're on the road that much, if you're partying a whole lot, like you're not going to have any sort of longevity. Like this shit is a marathon, So,
yeah.
obviously we pick our days, we always,
Sure.
we're roadie Friday if there's a day where we don't have a show the next day. Sure, we might do something fun that night, but otherwise, if you got to wake up at 8 a.m. and the next city you're playing is 8 hours away, like you just want to get to sleep so you can make that drive,
Yeah, especially with us, if it's for the most part, all of our tours in the US at least we do in our own van. So Brenner's doing all the drives. The rest of us like pitch in here and there.
Yeah, about 90%.
Right. So the first Europe tour we did last year was the tour with Napalm Death, Crowbar, and Full of Hell, which was awesome. And that was our first time in a tour bus, which was like really cool and crazy. And probably great for you because you didn't have to drive, and it's like you just wake up and you're in the city that you're playing. But for the most part, it's like, we have to deal with, on any other tour, we have to deal with that kind of the logistical stuff like that, and chasing tour buses usually in a van. So,
and that's good to tell people too, because they don't have to. I've told this story too many times on here with everybody, but I made the mistake during the Metal Horror Madman tour of last year, and it's not my fault again. It's not my fault because it was slightly louder. Never ever my fault, guys. Like I am framed most of the time when I wake up after a blackout and don't know what I did. That's not me. That's drunk madman. He's a different animal. But different guy. I went to Louder Than Life for Slayer, and I got there the day before, and I stayed at the casino outside of Kentucky because they had the shuttle to Louder Than Life, and I got destroyed that night. So stupid. So stupid. So I go to Louder Than Life and I'm just like, man, I hope at the Slayer show no one knows who Metal Horror Madman is. I'm sure no one's going to bother me at the Slayer show. I go out there and it's like a psycho, but you know my energy. Like I just feed off it. Like so I don't even feel hungover anymore. The sun's beating down on me. They're going after me every which way. At one time I like hide in the tent, in the Jack Daniels tent. Great idea, man. Great idea. So I'm pounding there. Get on a flight next day. Go to Pennsylvania. Go okay. Can't party the night before the next Slayer because that would be really stupid, guy. Like that would be a really dumb thing to do. It would be so dumb. So I go to the hotel bar, and the bartender's a Slayer fan, and she's bragging how her daughter's the biggest Slayer fan of all time. Biggest Slayer fan of all time. My buddy's with me. He's like, you're making a huge mistake right now. I don't think you know who you're sitting next to. Woman goes, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Let me show you my daughter. Look at her page. She goes to her Instagram. First thing pinned to that Instagram right here, Metal Horror Madman video.
That's cool. Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, my God. It was so cool. It was humbling and cool. And I was like, this is too crazy. She's trying to call her daughter, trying to get her on FaceTime. But now I'm manic, right? Like now I'm manic, which I'm going to ask you guys in a second about, like when things are going too good, and you maybe sometimes start going like you're the king and queen of the world. So now I'm like king of the world. I'm unstoppable. I'm drinking, and we have another friend come meet us, comes in the hotel. We can't even speak. I'm like the we're speaking in tongues. We're making no sense. I vaguely remember it. Get up the next day before Hershey. Sorry, I talk too much. You got to shut me up, Brennan. You got to go, madman. Shut the hell up. I go to the next day and go to the mall. Why not? Go to the mall hungover before you're going to go see Slayer and Exodus and Knock Loose at Hershey Park. That makes sense. And I eat all this Chinese food, and I get online, and I'm like, we're waiting outside of Hershey, which I hate that venue. I hate that venue. They even tried yelling at me saying I was being too vulgar at a Slayer show.
That's crazy.
So crazy, dude. They won't let us cross the street because like the theme park's there. We miss Exodus. We get there, and I'm like on life support, though. I'm like, how? Another Slayer show. What am I going to do? Like, I'm fucked. Like, what am I going to do here? I walk in there. They start screaming it at me. I just turn my switch. And I power through. I'm saying this not to even brag about it, how this year, with any events I go to, I will not be doing that. Because like you guys said, you will not be around for the long haul. I don't like seeing, I don't even want followers to see me like wasted. You know what I mean? I don't want that impression of me. They assume that all the time. Everybody assumes like I'm just always drinking. But it's like during those events when I really, really do it. But what I wanted to ask, after my long-winded Metal Horror Madman, as we know he has to talk about himself constantly, I wanted to ask, when you get that high, right? The album's out, the tour's going great, and you're going, right? You know it's like the sky's the limit, and then you know it's got to stop. The 4.5 months is, you're done touring, everything has to stop. And I know we briefly talked about this the first time, but that's my biggest lesson now is I've learned to ground myself from that. Like I wasn't happy that I went completely over the top. So I learned like when I come back from everything to just be like, relax, maybe film a video like immediately, do something to just keep that madman thing going. How does BRAT keep going when they hit that high and then they go, now we got to go back to the regular world?
I honestly can't think of like, I don't feel like we've had like crazy highs or anything like that necessarily. Like I feel like we're pretty steady, and I think we're kind of like constantly working on things. So it's always like you always have something in motion, or like there's always something to think about, kind of a thing. And I mean, I guess like our first album coming out, I guess that would be like a high, and like but yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's like constantly working on stuff. I think that makes it. There's never like a time where it's like, oh, we have like nothing.
There's always something to do.
There's always something to do, for sure.
And for her in particular, she works the entire time we're on tour. She works remote from the van. So like it never quite feels like, for her at least, like she has to come back to the real world.
Because I'm always like,
because she's always in the real world,
which is great. But it's not. it's business as usual for me, whether we're on tour or at home. So yeah.
I think what I learned is I am the problem. I thought I wasn't the problem. It's clearly me. I'm the problem, and I have those manic up and down. So it's nice to talk to people that are more level because, again, no, the stereotype is everybody assumes that's just every band. Every band is just going
Right.
like as hard as they can, and I've
Yeah.
seen that, which is sad. I have seen that with people I
Yeah.
respect,
Oh
and
yeah.
just watch the
Yeah.
performance get sloppy and.
Yeah, that's the thing too. And I mean, we're all pretty fairly tame in Brat. Like we like to have a good time every now and then. Our bass player is our resident like party guy. But he always has it in check on stage, It's not like
Yeah.
he's playing bass, it's fine.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
No offense, bass players, but
No, I'm
it's just a
kidding.
little different there. How do you feel? How do you feel? Now, I feel the album is, like I said, I don't feel like it's aged today. I feel it's as fresh as every time I play it. I'm always curious to ask the band, though, how do you feel about it afterwards? Anything you would have changed? Do you think, you hit everything you wanted to?
I think for where we were at that time, like it's everything it needed to be. And like at this point, we've been playing on it for 2 years, and with the amount of touring that we've done, we've played some of those songs probably 250 times at this point. We're ready, like, and that's just live. That's not counting practices or anything like that. So like we're so ready to move on to playing new stuff.
Yeah, I think right now, just where we are, we're like, about to go record our next album. So we're really like laser focused on that. And we're excited for that and like ready just because we have had, 2 years with the Social Grace album. But yeah, like I still like it. I still enjoy it. I think it's a cool album. I like the songs, but we're like, all right, we're ready to start playing some new stuff sooner.
Yeah, and just like just with more time being spent together, and still, as far as like bands typically go, we're still, in 15 years or whatever, we're gonna call right now. We're still gonna call it the early years. So like, it feels like it's definitely an evolution.
Yeah, totally. We're slowly evolving more and more as a band as time goes on, and just as like with our next releases and
it just feels like more of like a fleshed out version of us.
Yeah,
is a good way to say it.
Yeah, and also that cover, as I've said a million times, of Barracuda is fucking crazy.
Thank you.
I hold that so near and dear to my heart because I don't fly. I got to give both of you credit too because I don't fly. I flew one other time. I'm 48. I flew when I was 40. I didn't fly. You guys were going to Milwaukee Metal Fest. I was like, I got to go to Milwaukee Metal Fest. That's what made me fly. And then I flew everywhere. Now I don't mind flying at all. Like, I'm like, whatever. Totally got over it. But that's the song I was playing every time because you guys just, I just really like your energy, as I've told you before. Yeah. I remember messaging on Instagram, be like, I'm playing Barrack, because like I'm having a meltdown going on. I'm like, well, that's the end of the Madman. This thing's gonna nosedive at first.
I'm with you, man. I don't like flying either.
She doesn't like it either.
I'm right there with you.
I finally got in the zone where like I'll play like that song to take off like as loud as I can. I also did this thing where I'm like, I didn't want to drink. I didn't want anything, nothing, no substance, nothing in my mind. I just wanted to say I could do it. And I just started focusing and going like, get on the plane. Just don't look out I don't look out the window. I just stay in the zone no matter what's going on. I'm like, and I got to get off the plane, and I get on the plane and I get off the plane. And that has worked. I feel like I'm having therapy with you guys all the time. I need to stop. Here's another problem I have.
How does that make you feel?
But so what about also touring, so not liking flying, but clearly you must not mind driving because you are driving everywhere.
Yeah, he's driving. I also told him I don't drive, I don't fly. No, I do both of those things, but begrudgingly. But yeah, Brenner's the driver for Brat for sure.
Yeah, I whenever I was a teenager, I was like maybe the second friend in my friend group to get a car. So like I was the de facto driver then for a lot of stuff, and then like in my early 20s, I I was like a professional long distance driver. I would drive all over the South for my job, like between Louisiana, Texas, Tennessee, Oklahoma, just like all over the whole region. And like I just got so used to just driving long haul that like it's at the point where for several years now, if I ride as a passenger, I get car sick. Like I'm so used to being the driver that I kind of like have to be the driver. Not because I feel like a control freak type thing. I literally just get sick if I'm not driving.
Which is like great for the rest of us because none of us want to drive. So
I hate driving. If anyone I'm going with, I'm like, they get to drive. I can't stand it. Like people think I'll go sit in the back seat and they're like, "What are you doing? What do you think you're in a limo or a taxi or something?" I don't even want to see in front of me what's going on out there. Like I can't stand it all. So what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna go to Sick New World, Texas. They asked me to go there, which is I'm psyched. I'm sick, Madman, right? Slayer. And then I'm gonna go to New Orleans, and then I want to go visit Nadia, Professional Fit Girl. She does tattoos outside of New Orleans. Yeah, she was talking you guys up as well, and I'm just like, I want to make a whole like trip out of that, and just like because I'm gonna be that. I haven't been to New Orleans in like 20-something years, so I'm sure a lot's changed.
It's a fun place, man.
Let us know when you're coming.
Yeah.
Hey, you'll be the first one. You'll be sorry you asked me to let you. I'm like, hey fam, where are we going now? You're like, bad man.
We'll take you out. We'll take you out.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. I really would because first of all, can't wait to go there. Love you guys, as you know, and then it would just mean a lot to me to go with people that are from the area that I really do respect and admire, and just seeing some of the great stuff down there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it because they used to just say there's acid bath, there's I hate God, there's Soylent Green, there's Crowbar, and now there's Brat with that. There's Brat with that. And I put you guys right there. You guys are fresh. You're hungry, like you said. You're still a very young band. There's still a lot. And I can just tell that next album, I can tell because you're like, we're happy with the album. It's great. We played it. But I can tell you're ready for something. Like something else huge is coming out of you. Like the energy, I could feel it. The marriage, everything's just gelling. And it's going to be crazy. And have you guys been writing for it now or?
Yeah,
it's pretty much written. It's pretty much
done.
We're like 98% there. We're just like in the fine tuning stages right now because like we always have everything ready to go and like demoed out before we get into the studio. That way we can kind of just get in there and hammer it out. So yeah, I mean, we leave in like a week and a half. So
to record,
that is exciting. And are you recording the same place where you recorded it last time, or did you change things up? Or?
No. So we are going to be working with Andy Nelson. He in Chicago at Bricktop. He he's in Weekend Nachos, but he's also recorded like 200 Stab Wounds, the last 200 Stab Wounds record, and like just like Painted Truth. He's recorded a bunch of contemporary bands, and he's the guy. He's the guy. He's did a lot of like early Harm's Way, and
Damn. Look at you. Look at this. And I knew there was going to be some sick, great updates. Like that is so awesome to hear, and it's so awesome to just see the progress and over time, and just the confidence. Like, and I just see even with the social media post, like I just see the confidence. This is a band that's on a train. This train is just going. It's just going. And that is so sick. Like to do it in Chicago with someone of that stature, and I mean working with 200 Stab. Like that was when I talked to Brian Sliegel, who owns Metal Blade Records, right? And he knew Metal Horror Madman. He said that was one of the first accounts he followed on TikTok. He's like stealth on there. It's like, how is this happening? So in pure Madman form, I made like an ass out of myself interview because I'm just like a little kid. Like, how did it feel to create Slayer and death metal? And I'm just like tweaking out like a freaking geek. I redeemed myself because he invited me on his, and I was like, this is like all my little boy stuff comes on. I'm just like, this is crazy. Yeah. And it's like talking. That's why I couldn't wait to talk again and be like, I feel like what we have similar is like we don't know how to stop. Like we're both
Yeah.
we just go and go and go. And I do talk to some bands that it like breaks my heart a little bit because we'll get off or something and they'll start talking about like I just don't want to do this anymore. And I
Yeah.
didn't get to where I want to be and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And I hate to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, we're like on year 5 as a band. So maybe when we get to like year 20, maybe we'll be singing that tune, but
Yeah.
we're still so fresh in the game.
Yeah.
Even though 5 years is like not nothing, but like, for a band, I guess we're still pretty new, I think.
Yeah, but I can see how this shit could cause somebody to burn out in the long haul. 'Cause
Yeah.
it is hard. It's
Yeah.
not it's not an easy life if you want to rock and roll, Sorry.
So true. That is so true.
It's not though, and that's why I love how active you are. I think that's a big part of it. Like, and I'll hear people say like, how do I balance work and my art and all these different things? And it's like you kind of, as you just have to. You just have to keep doing it. And you can't get upset if you're not where you want to be yet. Like I don't know how to quit myself. And I've had times where I struggle with stuff and mental health and just going like, and me going out in public and acting the way I act. It's sometimes you're like, what am I doing here? And then like, but I get those, I just love the interactions with the followers. I love creating something that people appreciate. And I'm sure as you've heard when someone says to you, like you've influenced them and you're just like, this is crazy. This is awesome. And,
Yeah.
I just like you watch the confidence, just grow and grow and grow. And now like, which is different from me. I'll be in a supermarket and it's like Metal Horror Madman. And I'm like, that's me. Like I'm ready to go. And like, probably that 3 years ago, I would have been like, hey, and I kind of would have just wanted to leave as soon as possible. So, I think the key is like what you guys do. It's just always be out there, be friendly, you're accessible, you believe in what you do. I just don't know how you guys you tour and you tour with some of these names that like these legendary, and then all of a sudden I'm watching it again and it's like, and here's the next one, and here's the next one, and I'm like, how? Like, how are you guys doing this? It's crazy.
I don't know, man. You guys are as good as mine.
I think the first thing is you just got to be good. You got to be good at what you do.
Thank
you guys are. Yeah.
You just got to care about it.
Yeah, you got to just put effort into it.
Care about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite tour of the last year?
It's tough because there were 2 really good ones. I think my favorite was, it was kind of like a surprise tour, was Necrogoblicon and Revocation and Of Sulfur, because I didn't know a whole lot about those bands before the tour, so we didn't really know how it was going to be going into it, and it was just like so much fun. All those bands were so fun and so nice, and like it did really well, and I don't know, it was just a blast. The Napalm Crowbar Full of Hell too, our first Europe tour, that's up there, but I got so sick at the end of that tour that it tainted the tour a little bit, but other than that, it was fantastic. So hard to say, I guess.
Yeah. Brennan, did you have one?
No, pretty much the same sentiment. Like the Necrogoblicon tour, like everybody on that tour was just so cool, and it just felt like a big friend group, and like the crowds were amazing. Like, the kind of people who go to a Necrogoblicon show are people who are very much not too cool to just go have fun and have a really good time, and that's what we're all about. So they were into us, so the crowd was really, really cool for us. They were awesome. And then the Napalm Death Tour, again, that was like a tour where everybody was just friends hanging out the whole time, and like
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool. And this was our first time in pretty much all these countries, and it was just crazy. Like, never thought we'd be just hanging out in Slovakia playing a show and all this kind of crazy shit. But, you know, at the same time, we were all not at the same time. It kind of made its way through the tour, but everybody got horrifically sick. She was in the hospital in Barcelona, and yeah, it was really bad. Like the one show we played in Italy, like I woke up when it was time to sound check. I sound checked, and like it was all hazy, and I went back and laid in the bus and laid back down to sleep. I got up to play the set, and then I remember having more energy during the set than I thought I was gonna. Like I was still able to like move around and stuff, but I feel like what was fueling me was rage that I was sick. I was mad at the sickness.
Yeah.
So I was like getting into the set more than I thought I would, but as soon as the set was over, I just went back and passed out. Like the only like I feel like I slept for like 18 or 20 hours or something like that, and the only little bits I got up was just to sound check and to play. It was rough. We were having a really bad time with that.
You were down bad that tour.
That is crazy. First, before all that horrible stuff is, I always envisioned you guys playing overseas. I remember making the first TikTok about BRAT and being like so pumped to get the name out because I knew the first time I heard the music what was going to be coming. And as you know, you're nowhere near what's going to happen. Like, it's going to just keep going. It's going to keep going. The momentum this band has, and like I'm telling you, behind the scenes, people are hyped for your music and the performance. And like I have seen it twice. Seeing it twice, I can assure everybody you have to go see the mind tricks they play on you when Britney Spears is playing. And then you just get punched in the face as hard as you can. And she turns into she's inverting backwards, and I don't even know what's going on the stage. And they're just beating things and playing and the riffs and the crowd energy. The crowd energy gets crazy. Everybody that sees you and everybody's hyped. So it is so great to see all the success. And it does suck you had to go through that in Europe, but it's just another one of those badges you put on it as you keep going.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing stops BRAT. Nothing.
Yeah. Everybody gets sick in Europe too. That's like the thing, I guess. And, Full of Hell was telling us like their first Europe tour, they all got like horrifically sick. So I guess it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah, foreign germs, I guess.
Yeah, those European germs that we're not exposed to,
It's true. And I don't know, maybe it's all the antibacterial soap I use all the time. Maybe that's my problem with my immune system. It's not the drinking or the overeating, a lack of I don't believe in exercise, and I stand by that. I stand by that. You know something? It has been a pleasure to catch up, guys. It is great. I'm so happy we got to talk right before the wedding is happening. I love you guys so much. I want nothing but more and more success. And now that the union is officially happening, you just know it's going to make the band even more powerful. Touring all over the world, working on new music with legendary people, a band that is becoming a legend already, all the hype in the world. When that album comes out, I may make a manic, wacky video. I get a little crazy out there. I got the those BRAT short shorts, let me tell you. They are just so comfortable. And there's nothing outside of my BRAT short shorts and my leg warmers and my tank top and 5 feet of snow, and just the neighbors get a treat all the time. They get you, and I don't know what I would do without those shorts. So they just fit me perfect. They're magical. So guys, you can wear the shorts too. You can wear the shorts too. Pink is cool. I got the pink beard. I got a BRAT beard now.
I can do it.
We can do it. We got everything. I know you're everywhere. You're on everywhere music is made. You're on Instagram. You're on Talk. If you want to share anything else with everybody, where to find you, and I know the album's going to be coming out before we know it. And I'll shut up for a second.
BRAT_band on like every platform. I think our music's on everything: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Wherever you find music, our shit's out there.
It's there.
I don't think we even really have anything else at the moment. We've just got some tours that will be announced eventually. We'll be back it is announced we'll be back in Europe this summer. for some guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we have announced right now. So
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, there's enough going on. There's enough going on with a wedding, with an album, with working on everything, right? So, guys, go out, go check out BRAT, the hardest touring band, the hardest band out there. Pure perseverance, unstoppable. And wait till the Madman and BRAT are roaming the streets of New Orleans. They better watch out. It's going to be legendary, iconic, viral video after viral video. They won't throw me at him with BRAT. I'm with celebrities down there.
Oh, yeah.
With
Me.
Yeah.
With the local celebrities, worldwide celebrities, intergalactic. You're going to be playing on different planets soon. It's been a pleasure.
I can't wait.
So much love for you two in the band. Tell everyone else I say hi. I am so excited you guys are getting married. If you can, I am genuinely excited because just watching where this band came from and watching all the hype and the heat just makes me happy. So keep being yourselves, keep being the real deal, and until next time.
Thank you.
That was
Thanks for having